Diablo 4's official June 2021 quarterly update just dropped, which is peppered with new information, focusing heavily on character art as an overall mark of importance to what makes up Diablo's key elements, classes, and monsters. We also got a closer look at character customization, which is far different from previous titles, allowing for a greater range of diversity with hundreds of customizable options, and enemy art, focusing on bringing in new creature designs as well as building on the older models, and of course, we break down the lore that's attached. Also, an important note, all images seen are in-game renders, which is interesting to note as even the cinematic portions of the Rogues trailer was as well. So here's a breakdown of what to expect, going over each facet and adding insights as we go along. Starting off, John Mueller, the art director, stated that the art direction leads towards realism, but still has that handcrafted feel so essential to Blizzard games. Realism is also a core facet of materials and character appearance, leaning more towards the realistic aspect seen in the pre-rendered D3 cutscenes rather than their toony gameplay look, but there was no real argument for limitations on what they could design in Diablo 4. Character design varies significantly, more so than other titles, presented with a ton of different options for things like hair, eyes, skin tone, markings, etc. And you can even choose from a variety of personas and customize them with a slew of detail options during character creation. Also available is a new customization system called the Lair Scene, a wardrobe system that allows you to mix and match hundreds of armor components unique to each class alongside custom color palettes to create the class fantasy that best represents your character. Seriously, look at the detail in this design. Story cutscenes will also be rendered using the in-game engine, using your character's look and design for better immersion. Arnold, I'm going to butcher this, Kotelnikov, lead character artist, explains in a step further, you will be able to change the face of your character, their hairstyle, the facial hair, beards and eyebrows, and add jewelry, nose piercings or earrings, makeup and body markings, such as tattoos or body paint. You will also be able to change the color values of your character's skin, eyes, hair, facial hair, and body markings. Some elements will be class-specific to support the class's unique backgrounds, but many will be shared between classes, allowing more possibilities to mix and match. Realism is accented through physically based rendering or PBR, which allows materials to react to lighting in a proper fashion, as well as having a physically realistic look and feel like leather, fur, metal, etc. Expansion of the dye system means each piece will be customizable with a different color palette versus a single color that affects certain parts of the armor, like this, making this barbarian ready to join Luke Golane's local militia. All dyed material will still retain its material consistency with more realistic color hues in an effort to continue to stray from the toonier variety presented in D3. Camera work has to be updated to support in-game rendering, and as the character's customized look will be seen in various angles throughout the course of the game, so they've added detail mapping to keep the texture sharp and detailed no matter which angle is shown. Barbarians and rogues have also been shown in different angles and body types in the same armor to give a perspective of armor on different frames and how the light reacts to the materials. We were then also afforded examples of barbarians and rogues' movement and various angles in different armor sets and body types. However, these armors are a work in progress and subject to change. Nick Celano, Associate Art Director, then focused in on monsters, saying, along with the monsters that look familiar, any new monsters need to look entirely like something you've never seen before, but with that same familiar Diablo aesthetic. The Blood Bishop is back in the spotlight with the idea his design was based on blood, vampirism, and magic. The wings acted as arteries on his back that created blood clots and explode, creating AoE damage. His cape, like a beating heart, all painting imagery of flowing blood. And again, this is big in imagery comparisons to Tragul's avatar and its focus on blood magic, but here we are again seeing adornments pertaining to the Zakarum in his crown and the necklace he wears. It's an interesting connection, An ex-priest of Rathma? Survivor of Malthael? In the ranks of the Zakarum priesthood? Or something else? The Skeleton Lord returns as well, showing deep levels of detail in its design with fused skeletal body parts and sinew and blood. Overlapping plated armor and various execution on torture devices, making up many points of reference on his body. And his attacks all have that bone magic theme contrasting to the Blood Bishop's blood theme. Artistic detail in characters and creatures have to meld well with the theme of the world and make sense, and need to look fitting in both an isometric camera and close detail, he said. The spider and bloated corpse is a great example of this. From any angle and distance, the spider looks like it fits organically on the creature as both a separate yet unified piece. Also, it's moist and disgusting. Thanks, Blizzard. We also see the return of the succubus, with visuals being clear from any angle and distance. But of course, up close, we get an amazing look at the detailed materials of the armor, jewelry, leathery wings protrude from their head like the succubi of old. Of note, the succubus follows Lilith's more modestly garbed design versus the nude succubus of old, which I will cover in an upcoming video, as interestingly, Blizzard had previously stated that due to the game's mature rating, they have never had to shy away from nudity, so it seems like they're making a point to do so. Again, I will cover this very soon. The most varied material reaction to light is seen on the Knight, with not only differences in cloth, metal, leather, and even the stone floor, but different types of metal from flat steel to hammered iron and gold gilding. It should be noted, if you pay attention to the Travancore era Zakarum symbols on the shield and armor, but the modern Zakarum cross is now adorned on the helmet. And there's also, last but not least, whatever the hell this Cerberus-esque abomination is. The bone, flesh, blood, and fur are all represented well and clearly visible from one another. Also, it seems to have 7 heads visible. Well, there's one hiding on the other side, perhaps an homage to the great evils. That remains to be seen. Now that's it for the quarterly update breakdown. Let me know what you're most excited about on social media, linked on screen, or join us on Discord to further the conversation. We're nearly 700 strong and getting ready to take on the burning hells in Diablo 4 together. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, Traveler.